Next is from some Ganda Chunk. Oops, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, next is from some Ganda Chunko, and the subject is insincere coverage. Good day, K100 crew. Not sure if you would have covered it by the time I send this, but I feel like some of the coverage of Sammy versus Roman and Roman versus Cody has been quite insincere. I'm speaking of the coverage by Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, Mark Henry, and some of those guys. Seems to me like they're trying to rally the internet community against Cody to ruin or sabotage the WWE's WrestleMania plans. Tony Khan talks about unbiased journalism. The first place you should look to is old friend Uncle Dave, who's been on AEW's #1 fan since its inception. But it feels very insincere from them and like an attempt at sabotaging one of the greatest stories in wrestling, while AEW's top story is a guy winning matches every week so he can wrestle another guy for an hour. Do you guys think they're intentionally being insincere, or do you think they don't understand the business WWE is trying to accomplish? I don't, bro. I just honestly think that that's the stuff that Dave likes. Dave has things that he likes. I don't think he's like dishonestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional.
Intentionally like it, but he just likes all, like, in the big picture. Dave likes a lot of the stuff that just doesn't draw.
Yeah, he's an original. He's the original super fan, super Mark.
Right.
Like John Arezzi, like Vince Russo, like all those guys.
Cornette.
They're like the original, right? Cornette, they're the original super fans, super Marks. And he likes matches that last a long time, and like that's what he likes. Now, Mark Henry, I've never heard what he has to say or what you're talking about, but he works for AEW, so I wouldn't. Doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want him to do? Put them over?
Right. I will say this though. I think it would serve Dave well if like if the WWE, like if they just did this. So like, Dave, why don't you come in for a month and sit in on a month's worth of booking meetings and see how we do this, so you can actually your perspective will probably change. Because that's the one thing that these people just don't realize. Me and you have done it, Conan. Not a lot of guys have done it, and not a lot of guys in the business have done it. Is sit in that writing room, try to come up with ideas for people, and try to navigate your way through the, guys that don't like each other. This guy's hurt. This guy's there's all the factors that are involved, and it's like, they're completely oblivious to that. When you're outside that bubble, and you try to like cover it like you're in that bubble, but you've never been there. It's like it's just a
right. And there's so many things, like I was saying before, from injuries, the egos, the people that don't like each other, to like you got a guy that his contract is up in a year and he hasn't signed yet. So do you push him or do you wait till he signs? There's so many variables. You know what I'm saying? And you got guys in the, or if you have heat with the any of the bookers, so there's a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Oh, here we go. Next from Demont Jones. Subject is Miro taking shots at Conan. What's up, K100? I'm an everyday listener. I appreciate you guys inside the business, and I got a link here for Joe about Miro's comments on Conan about Takeshita's frog splash.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly doesn't know Conan talking abilities and got worked. It's at the 326 spot, not long at all. Please and thanks.
Research shows nostalgic.
You have this, Joe?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So Miro actually had a verbal response to this?
No, I don't know. The guy didn't explain himself right. This is Cornette's response to it.
Oh, no, oh, by the way. Yeah, I want to play this Cornette thing. This is very interesting. No, okay, play it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I want you to hear this because I want you to hear, because Brian Last does not like Conan, right?
Right.
And listen to the way he doesn't. This is edited, and he only plays the part, Conan, where it's like he doesn't take out the context of like everything that you said. He just plays your comments from one point, and then Cornette has to comment on that based on the part they've heard. He didn't play the whole clip of what you said, which would put everything in their context.
Right.
So look at the way Brian Last kind of works Cornette here,
right,
by playing the edited version of the clip to get Cornette to comment on it. All right, so go ahead.
Right.
I listened to this the other day. It's good this guy brought this up because this is interesting. Go ahead.
Jim.
Yes.
There are some other people in wrestling that may need some help. We've received several emails about several comments that were made over the past week in wrestling. one that a lot of people have sent in. Let me go to the email here. One of them sent the corny drive-through at gmail.com from Gene. Hi. I was wondering what Jim's thoughts were on Conan's recent comments on Takeshita doing the Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Do you remember this from the match?
Yes. They were in El Paso. He goes up, he does the wiggle and does the frog splash off the top on MJF. Got a big pop.
Big pop.
Big pop.
Apparently, Conan on his podcast commented, here's a quote. Well, Takeshita, whatever, he's got heat with me, and he's lucky I wasn't in El Paso. Because when he went up and he did the Eddie Guerrero thing for the frog splash, you're not Mexican, dude. I don't care. Stick to your nationality.
Stick to your nationality.
This got people up in arms. Conan even trended for the first time maybe ever over this. What are your thoughts on this comment and the idea that only Conan's not Mexican, by the way, he's a Cuban American, I believe, that only Mexican wrestlers can pay tribute to Eddie Guerrero?
Well, I mean, Conan was friends with Eddie, and, I guess Hispanic, you can be Mexican or you can be Cuban or whatever. You're all in the Hispanic family. I guess I can see where he might be, hey, because my friend, it was Eddie, and you're doing it. But at the same time, I don't think it was malicious. It wasn't like the guy was going to steal it, because I'm sure somebody told him to do that. Because they're in El Paso, the home of the Guerreros, and the guy does a frog splash, so let's give an homage to Eddie Guerrero and do the Eddie that people liked it, because they like thinking about Eddie Guerrero.
Did Logan Paul just do it? Logan Paul just did it.
I saw him do a frog splash. I can't remember whether he did the little dippy-doo beforehand. Well, that, if I was Conan, I'd be more pissed off at that, because I'm pretty sure Logan Paul never met Eddie Guerrero and just doing something to get a pop. But with this kid, old Take, in Eddie's hometown, the Guerrero's hometown, he's a baby face. People like him. He's doing a tribute or an homage, with all respect. I don't know if I'd pick that to be upset about, but because Conan's friends with Eddie, I can see why he might have been, hey, stay in your lane. But I don't think it's a bigger deal. I don't think it's a big deal either way, to be honest with you.
It's not too much of a big deal. I mean, it's a stupid comment, and again, people jumped on it. Miro had a comment about it. Did you see that?
I did not. Now, what would Miro have to say about these things?
Miro, last seen as a professional wrestler months and months and months ago, maybe a year ago at this point. I don't even know the last time we saw him. When was the last time we saw Miro?
I don't know. Over at the Kroger in line at the U-Scan? I don't know.
Well, he's still starring on Twitter, where he said, quote, I bet you all that Conan, or whatever his name is, can't last 10 seconds with Takeshita.
What, right now? Right this second, yeah, with the old Take is 20-something years old, and Conan's 60 and awaiting another kidney transplant or something. I have a feeling he could probably take Conan right now. Does that necessarily prove anything there? Is Miro friends with Take? What's going on here? Is he just doesn't like Conan?
Has Miro even met Take?
Has he even met him? Yeah, Take's only been working there a few months. Miro hadn't showed up in years. So maybe there's heat from when Conan was there last time, and Miro just don't like Conan.
Well, we will see how this turns out, but
I think they're all looking for reasons to gripe at each other, because it's the AEW locker room or associated environs.
All right. Okay, one thing I would like to say, bro, the cartoon of the clip is hysterical. Of you being like you throw the right hand like they say. But I will say this is like, bro, they actually treated that clip like it was a serious comment.
Well, because like you said, he edited what he was trying to rile Jim up, okay, and Jim didn't go for it. Me, I'm like you, bro. I love Jim Cornette all day, every day. But I think if he would have heard the whole thing, that it was a joke, but that's not what he wanted. He wanted him to cut a promo on me.
Yeah.
And Cornette didn't go for it, so.
Right. Yeah.
And just a note on that, Miro's last match in AEW was September of 2022, and he only wrestled 4 matches all of last year.
Are you serious?
So
Oh my god!
that's
Wait, literally that includes dark elevation,
Yeah.
all that.
yeah, 4 matches. June, September.
He got $1 million, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know, but
I think he did.
Bro, is Brian Last the guy that you told me that he brought somebody over to his house for a bar mitzvah when he was 15 or some?
yeah.
Russo.
Okay. Okay. What does? Right.
Yeah,
What a
I mean,
mark.
like,
Yeah.
He's actually. I'll tell you this. He's a pretty good co-host for Jim.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if he knows that, like, if he kind of like, because Jim's like the guy, like, hey, okay, my producer, he's gonna read the mail, like, so I just wonder if he just is constantly trying to, like, kind of work Jim,
Make good YouTube content.
right? Yeah. Which is not, I'm not, no dis, that's what you're doing, whatever. But like, I can see like a clip like this that's what he's doing,
Right.
So.
Well, if you remember when I did that promo with Tully Blanchard, Cornette was putting it over, and this guy was burying it.
Yeah,
remember?
right.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah, right. He doesn't like me, which I understand, and man, I don't give a.
Yeah, who cares, right? People.
Right.
I don't like people that don't like that. Like people in the business that weren't fans of me. It's like I don't mind. It's like because I have guys in the
Big
business
deal,
that
right.
like I grew up with. That like yeah, I wouldn't.
But he knows a lot about me, so he's kind of a stan.
It's like perfect example. It's like Barry Darsow. He's a WCW, right? It's like dude, I wasn't a big fan of the Repo Man.
Right.
Like, so not, but like Ric Flair. When I wrestled Ric Flair, it's like, I had to tell, dude, like, you're one of the main reasons I broke in this business. I have to give you respect. Like, there's a dream come true for me. But
Right.
like,
Even to this day, bro, when Flair does crazy that, I'm like, that's not a good look. It's like he's still the man, and even the man can make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's been the mailbag.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom.